There's a difference between a dog that loves you and a dog that has imprinted on you. Most dogs love their owners. They are happy to see you. They enjoy your company. They would rather be near you than not. That is the baseline of a healthy bond. But imprinting is something else. It is deeper, more specific, more psychologically profound. It happens when a dog has, at a neurological level, built their entire sense of safety around one specific person. Not every dog owner experiences it. Today we are going through 7 signs that yours has. They mirror you instantly. Every bonded dog picks up on their owner's emotions to some degree, but an imprinted dog does something qualitatively different. They do not just notice your emotional state, they absorb it immediately, completely, before anything observable has changed. You sit down heavily after a hard day, and before you have said a word, before you have moved toward them, before anything on the surface has shifted, they are already there, quiet, pressed against you, matching your energy exactly. You get a burst of excitement about something, and they are on their feet before the excitement has fully registered on your face. This is not trained behavior. It is not something you taught them with treats and repetition. It is the result of an imprinted dog having built such a detailed, continuously updated internal model of you that they are processing micro signals, changes in your breathing rhythm, subtle postural shifts, the chemical changes in your scent that precede an emotional state faster than conscious awareness can track them. Research from the University of Naples confirmed that dogs can identify their owner's emotional state through scent alone, with no visual or auditory cues whatsoever. In imprinted dogs, this capacity runs at its highest resolution. They are not reacting to you, they are resonating with you in real time, constantly. They check your face first. Take your dog somewhere new and watch what they do when something uncertain happens. A strange sound, an unfamiliar dog in the distance, a person moving toward them. A dog that is not imprinted will orient toward the stimulus directly. They will assess it on their own terms, make their own read, respond based on their individual evaluation of the situation. An imprinted dog does something different first. They look at your face. This behavior is called social referencing, the same cognitive process human infants use with their primary caregivers. Before the infant decides whether something is safe or threatening, they look at the caregiver's face and use their emotional expression as the interpretive key to the situation. An imprinted dog has transferred this function entirely to you. Your face is their guide to reality. Your expression tells them whether the unfamiliar dog is a threat or a non-event, whether the strange sound requires alarm or can be dismissed, whether this new environment is safe to explore freely or demands vigilance. They are not just attached to you, they are using you as their primary instrument for reading the world. That level of cognitive and emotional reliance is a hallmark of genuine imprinting, and it does not happen between every dog and every owner. Your scent calms them when you are gone. You leave a worn piece of clothing on the floor or the couch. Your dog finds it and carries it to their bed. Or you come home to find them sleeping on something of yours they pulled from a laundry basket while you were out. They are not destroying it. They are not playing with it. They are simply keeping it close. In imprinted dogs, this behavior has a particular intensity and consistency. The item is sought out deliberately. It is treated with a care that is noticeably different from how they treat toys or other objects. And the calming effect is physiologically real. Cortisol levels in separated dogs drop significantly in the presence of owner-scented items, something that has been measured and replicated across multiple studies. For an imprinted dog, your scent is not just familiar. It has become so deeply associated with security that even a trace of it on a t-shirt, on a pillowcase, on a jacket left on a chair, partially replicates the neurological effect of your actual presence. They are not missing you abstractly, they are finding the closest available approximation of you, and they have learned exactly where to look. Your voice is an anchor. You can be in another room, talking to someone else, not calling their name, not using any trained cue, and an imprinted dog will get up and move toward the sound of your voice specifically, not toward other voices in the space, not toward the television, toward yours. Research from Efes Lauren University demonstrated that dogs process their primary attachment figure's voice in neural regions associated with emotional significance and reward. The voice has been internalized as a primary positive stimulus, one the nervous system actively orients toward regardless of the content of what is being said. Your voice to an imprinted dog is not just communication. It is ongoing confirmation that the most important thing in their world is present and accounted for. The sound of you talking in the next room is, neurologically, a continuous source of comfort and regulation. It tells them everything is okay without a single word being directed at them. That is not a trained response. That is a bond operating below the level of instruction. They notice before anyone else does. You are not visibly distressed. You are functional, present, going through the motions of a normal day. But something is off. Sadness you have not named yet, anxiety sitting low in the body, a weight that has not fully surfaced. And your dog arrives with a quietness and a deliberateness that is different from their usual behavior. They do not ask for anything. They do not perform. They simply come and stay. What is happening is a convergence of everything the imprinted dog has built over the course of the relationship. They know your baseline more intimately than any other living being does. They have cataloged thousands of iterations of what you look like, smell like, move like, and sound like when you are genuinely fine. Which means the deviation, however subtle, registers immediately and without effort. The response is not trained. It has never been reinforced with reward. It emerges purely from the depth of the model they have built of you and the attunement that defines an imprinted bond. Your dog noticed before your partner noticed, before you fully noticed yourself, because they have been paying closer attention to you for longer than almost anyone else in your life. They stay calm in hard situations because you are there. Most dogs find certain situations genuinely difficult. The vet, loud environments, travel, unfamiliar spaces filled with unfamiliar people and unfamiliar smells. These scenarios activate the threat detection system and produce visible stress in the majority of dogs. An imprinted dog handles these situations differently, not because they are less sensitive, but because your presence functions as a powerful enough regulatory force to override the stress response. Research is consistent that securely attached dogs use their primary attachment figure as a physiological buffer against stress. In imprinted dogs, this buffering capacity is exceptionally strong. Your calm does not just reassure them in an abstract sense, it actively rewires their read of the environment. What is clinically frightening becomes manageable because the one thing their nervous system trusts most is standing right there beside them. With you present and steady, a hard place becomes survivable, not because the threat has changed, because their anchor is there. They choose you when they have other options. There are other people in the room, people the dog likes, people actively engaging with them, people offering attention and treats and interaction. And the dog, given complete freedom of movement and zero pressure, comes and settles next to you. Not because you called them, not because you have food, not because you are the most animated person in the space, simply because you are where they want to be. This preferential orientation in a relaxed, low-stakes context is one of the most reliable behavioral markers of genuine imprinting. It is the dog, without any external prompt or reward, expressing the internal hierarchy of their social world, choosing the person at the center of it. You are at the top, not by default, not by proximity, by a bond that was built through thousands of ordinary moments, the consistency of your presence, the reliability of your emotional availability, the accumulated history of you being someone worth orienting toward. They are choosing you because you have always been worth choosing, and they show you that every single time they walk past everyone else in the room and come to rest beside you. Imprinting is not something you can manufacture or rush. It builds quietly, across time, in the ordinary moments most people never think to notice. If you recognize your dog in these 7 signs, you already know what it feels like, and there's genuinely nothing quite like it. Drop a comment. I read every single one. Subscribe. New video every week. See you next time.